Hi there, it's Alicia Avant with CreativeVAPartner.com. I'm coming to you today to answer a question that I had from a client about using social media in your business. This particular client is a coach, but it could be for any business owner. How can I make sure that I'm using social media effectively in my business? I made a little bit of a graphical image to help you to understand the answer to this question. As you can see at the top, I have a picture of a little cutout of my website, but imagine, if you will, that is your website or blog. Then I have graphical representations of some of the top social media sites that I utilize for my business. And I'm going to be using those to explain to you how this should work and how it should work effectively. Let's start over here with Facebook. I understand, first of all, let me say, I understand the power of social media in my business. I understand that if I use these correctly, if I use these in the right way and create those relationships, that those relationships can turn into something else. It might, if you will, turn into a joint venture. You might, in the future, you might meet someone on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and you might joint venture with them in creating a book and creating an e-product, an e-book, a class, a webinar of some type. You might meet that person, and that person might turn into a client. That has happened for me and for others that I know. You might begin some type of other business relationship and use that person as some type of reference in the future. I believe that all of this can happen as a result of your use of social media and building those relationships. So, if you will, you set up a Facebook profile, you set up a business page on Facebook, and the point of that is to point others back to your website and to begin communication. As you can see, this arrow points to Facebook and it points to your website. You want this to be a two-way street of communication. You want to keep the communication going, and you always want to point them to your site. And you want once they're on your site, you want them to take some sort of action. You want them to sign up for your newsletter. You want them to, get in touch with you about your services. And you want to make sure that that's very upfront and obvious on your site. And then LinkedIn is the same way. You can set up a profile. You want to make sure that that profile on LinkedIn points them back to your website and gives them the ability to contact you and to form some communication with you. But that communication needs to be a two-way street. It needs to continue once you realize that that person is there. Twitter's the same way. You always want your Twitter profile to point to your website. You always want all of these things. Another thing I have to remind you, you want these things branded in such a way that if your Twitter profile, it should have the same color scheme and main look that your Facebook and that your website has. If you were to go to my Twitter profile for Creative VA Partner, or for my own name, Alicia Avant, then you would see that those have a background that looks similar to my website and has the logo and everything for Creative VA Partner. YouTube is the same way. It has the same colors and effect. And YouTube, one of the wonderful things about YouTube is that not only can you meet a person, but you get to see them live, not live, but you get to see their video of them and get to see them as a person, get to hear their voice, hear the inflections in their voice, get to see their body language and their passion and their emotion about what they're speaking about, and you get to know that person and feel like you know them a little bit better as a result. I believe that's why YouTube can help to start that two-way communication and build that relationship. That's what I believe social media is all about, is building relationships with people so that they can, in the future, become something a little bit more important to you than just someone you're following on Twitter or who has checked out your YouTube. They can become someone that you can really build a relationship with over time, but that has to be two ways, and that's why the arrows go two ways. I hope this has helped to answer your questions about social media and using it effectively for your business. If you need help with that, please come to my website at CreativeVAPartner.com, and I'd love to assist you. Again, I'm Alicia Avant. Thanks so much for watching.